In an interview conducted at the National Blues Museum in front of an audience of high school students from the St. Louis area, Reena Evers-Everette remembers the life and legacy of her father, Medgar Evers, a fearless civil rights activist whose commitment of equality ultimately cost him his life. She shares why her father decided to get involved in the American civil rights movement, as well as her own memories of growing up in segregated Mississippi.
He started at a very young age wanting to make sure that freedom was within reach and freedom was his and his family's. But what changed his thoughts was when he had a family member who walked down the street and was accosted. He wasn't taken, but the family friend, Mr. Tingles, was. And he was lynched. And lynching at that time was twofold. Lynching was to get rid of the person that they lynched, but also to give a message to others not to step over your line. And so they left him up hanging off of that tree with his bloody clothes stripped and put over the fence, and double dared anyone to remove them so they could always walk past and remember what happened. That's what motivated him. And also going to World War II, going into the war, he was over in Normandy, and he got more freedoms in Normandy than he did when he came home. And when he came home, he tried to register to vote. And when he couldn't, and he was stopped at the courtyard steps with his brothers Charles with shotguns, that's what motivated and changed him. I was born in Mount Bayou. My father was working for Magnolia Insurance Company and going not door to door as you might hear now. We go door to door for insurance, but from plantation to plantation. We called that colored, Negro. I mean, African Americans have a whole lineage of names, but at that time you could not, I remember I could not walk on the same sidewalk as a white person when they came out of the store. I had to step down on the street. We did not go into the movie theaters. We went into the movie theaters from the outside the back and going up to the crow's nest. You had white water fountains, you had colored water fountains, and you better not switch because you could get jailed, you could get beaten. In certain instances, you could get lynched and you can get killed. And he loved to watch cartoons with us. Roadrunner was one favorite because he liked the way that the coyote kind of skipped out. And the other favorite was music and dancing. And one thing I will always hold dear is doing the twist with my dad. But more importantly, he always made sure that we understood what was going on around us. He was a strategist. And so he made sure that we heard noises and understood what those sounds were. And let me just expand a little bit about that. One of the games that we played was, where's the safest place in the house? And during that session of learning, he would ask us, and I say by us, my older brother Daryl Kenyatta and myself. My younger brother Van was 3 years old, so was a little young. But he would ask us, is that a backfire or a gunshot? and we would have to tell him which one it was and learn the difference. So we were taught how to defend ourselves and to always have your ears alert and the eyes in the back of your head. So you're looking all the time around at your surroundings and assessing the safety of you and your family. During his, the first funeral in Jackson, which I remember only parts of it, but I do remember going out the mortuary into the car and seeing 3,000, not knowing how many there were, but the mass of people marching after his death, and the sign saying, "After Medgar, no more fear. After Medgar, no more fear."
Ms. Evers-Everette carries on her father's legacy as executive director of the Medgar and Merle Evers Institute in Jackson, Mississippi. The organization is committed to strengthening communities throughout the United States through programming that supports increased civic engagements. Learn more about the Institute at eversinstitute.org.